Hello, this is Korith Landwalker, and it's another evening of Star Trek Online. For those who've been following along, we have been playing with a new Romulan Republic character, who, as it turns out, isn't actually Romulan, but an alien who happens to be living with the Romulans. Unfortunately, she had the bad luck of having her colony wiped out by the Star Empire's Tal Shiar and the alien Alachi. She's now hooked up with the fledgling Romulan Republic and is basically trying to hunt down other refugees and the like. Without further ado, let's get into the game. Okay, we'll take care of some administrivia before we get too far here. I have a few things in the inventory that I might be able to give to some of my people. Give them something to use.
There's a space station in the Gascos.
Yes, we'll get to that.
I
really hate that. One of these days I'll have to see if there's a way to turn that off. Okay, Tovin is okay with his weapons. Shayla is good with her weapons, and No is good with her weapons. And I'm certainly good with my weapons. Going to my ship, I have recently acquired a set of phaser dual cannons, but I really don't see too much benefit in using those dual cannons at the moment. I also have a plasma turret, which would fit in just nicely, but for some reason I got the Centurion version, which means I can't actually use it for another couple of levels. And whether or not I bother could be a moot point by the time I get that far. We'll see what happens. I don't really have too much else going on here. I'm not high enough level for... Oh, yes, my thanks for using the ARC email. We'll get rid of that and save myself the trouble. I already know about it. Okay, well, with that out of the way, now we'll talk to Timur.
I have new orders
Timur.
for you.
And we're going to do the Gasco Blues episode.
There's a space station in the Gasco system that we think would be a fine addition to our group. If they agree to join us, we will have an additional base for our militia ships, as well as a supply depot that could make a big difference when we begin construction of a colony. I know there is a group of refugees there. Some of them have been there for years, but they've also had a wave of new residents, including a new commander. I'd like you to go to Gasco and feel out the situation. If you think they'd be a good match for us, you are authorized to extend them an offer.
Of course, all we've got are a small number of ships in the flotilla to house these people. They may want to work on the whole get a home world soon. Okay, XP for this mission will be, well, the rewards for this mission will include XP, expertise, a training manual which will allow my tactical officer to use the Fire at Will ability, and it looks like my interface has gotten wonky somewhere along the line. Yeah, I'm not dealing with this now. We'll just have to assume that it all works the way it should. I'll also get a deflector array, a new singularity core, which will help my speed, a Hyven. Sounds like I'll be getting new officers soon. And, of course, dilithium ore.
Greetings. I have new...
So, we will go to the Gasco system and feel the place out. And really, the singularity core will be really nice because, you know, anything that makes me go faster than, let's see, warp 5, it's astonishing. The Enterprise NX-01 was roughly the same speed. And that was theoretically before any upgrades were done to it. So, This is gonna be a slow, painful journey. I fiddle more with my ship interface, but honestly, this section down here is going to expand because in a couple levels, I'll be able to use a new starship. And that's where things will get interesting because I'm not entirely sure what ships I have available. Some were from the C store once upon a time, but they recently redid the thing, so you can't actually buy them on the C store anymore at any level lower than Tier 5. With one notable exception here. And that's because it's a discovery item thing. But all these other ones, they're all straight reclaimables. Plus, there's another little detail that might get involved too, and we'll go into that when the time comes. Hey, there's a deep space encounter over here. Gorn separatists. Do you know what? I think we'll give this a try. This is something unusual and out of the ordinary, and I haven't done a deep space encounter for an age. Once upon a time, these things would actually chase you if you went past them. Those were the good old days. Strangely enough, they stopped that because people complained about being griefed by NPCs. Unfortunately, it looks like I am not going to actually be able to go in this deep space encounter. Oh, that's upsetting. Mildly upsetting. I don't care that much, but it would have been nice. It either outlevels me, or, more likely, it's because I'm a Romulan. To keeping the man down. Or woman, as the case may be. Oh, that was looking like it would be an interesting side trip, but now it's turned out to be a bleh. Even when you're looking for trouble, sometimes because you can't find it. I'm not going to sell any of this stuff yet, because, well, for starters, I'd be destroyed with the replicator, but also I'd be using my Suliban comm code and make ruthless use of that. I mean, it's here, why not? But my inventory, it is not even remotely close to being full. I don't feel any pressing need to act on it quickly. I would have to be getting a lot more drops. Alright, we are finally closing in on Gasco. It's times like this where I really miss my higher level ships on my higher level characters, because then I could get to where I'm going a lot faster. Alright. In the late 22nd century, the region around Gasco was hotly contested by the Klingon Empire and the Romulan Star Empire. The Romulans built a space station there to solidify their claim, and maintained a small fleet at the site for the next half-century. After the Klingons allied with the Federation, the region's strategic importance waned and the Romulans abandoned the station. It was repopulated by a small group of refugees after the destruction of Romulus in 2387. How's that for a little background? Now that we have background, let's see what we have to do to get some friendly Romulan cooperation.
We've entered the Gasco system. According to our intelligence data, the Empire built this station in the late 23rd century, but abandoned it later when the region was no longer strategically important.
Hey, didn't I just say all that?
Some refugees are living in the station now. You know the drill, right? Go to the station, preach the good news, get them on our side. Easy.
The man is an optimist. We'll get a little impulse here so we can close the gap a little quicker. Okay, we'll keep a little more impulse.
Getting docking codes now. They've opened a channel.
Oh, that's polite. Alright, let's dock at the station. Grab my entire bridge crew. And Tobal is going to escort us around. That's all. Are you eating a snack now, Shayla? Really? On the other hand, I'm kind of amazed to actually see this in action. I didn't think I gave her any consumables, but I'm just hypnotized by this. I don't know why. How did she even... Okay, well, that was... I have to check her inventory now. Well, she obviously doesn't have anything in here now, but...
Good to have you here. We heard about you from the people who lived at the old Suliban Helix. The station commander has requested that I escort you to his office. Are you ready to go?
Ooh, let's talk to some of the locals.
I don't see anything wrong with that. You should know, however, that the colonists here are happy with the way things are. You'll have a hard time trying to convince them of your cause, but you're welcome to try.
I can be persuasive, but I might as well keep Tovin happy.
Rina Kev? No, there's no one by that name on this station.
For those just joining, Rina Kev is the sister of Tovin, who is long lost. And he's been trying to figure out where she went. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. So occasionally I get a chance to pester somebody to see if I can get some info. Wants to live a regular life, I get that.
Do whatever you want with the Tal Shiar. Just leave us out of it.
Yeah, they don't seem too eager to fight the Tal Shiar at all. I get that. I'm not too eager to fight the Tal Shiar. But seeing as I got this brand new spaceship, well, it's new to me. The thing's an ancient wreck, slightly refit.
Why fight the Tal Shiar? Just stay out of their way and you'll be fine.
Boy, are you deluded.
Shaitan? I've heard about him on the news. If you ask me, he sounds like trouble.
Thank you, Tobal, but you know, I'm curious now and I just gotta keep asking questions. Yeah, I get that too. Keep head attached. And got another colonist here.
You can't fight the Tal Shiar. That's crazy talk.
Well, we're all about the crazy here in the Republic.
You're with the Ton? Look, I don't want any trouble.
Technically, I've already spoken with all these colonists, but I'm getting into
We
music
don't want the Tal Shiar to attack here like they did at Craterus.
Now, there's someone who at least has a rational reason.
Are you crazy? The Tal Shiar would wipe us out in an instant if we fought them.
I get that crazy a lot. I'm not going to take it personally. I'm not going to much take it personally. Ooh, another colonist I don't have to talk to.
We don't want any trouble. Please, just leave us be.
They're beginning to get repetitive now. Doctor.
Look, I'm a doctor. I'm not interested in this war.
The colonists
Especially
here
if it
aren't
means
eager to
more
fight the
people
Tal
in
Shiar.
sickbay.
Well, why would they be? You might have better luck talking with the commander of this station, though. He has more backbone than most of the people around here. We'll go through engineering. That's the quickest way to the administration area.
Okay, I'll stop harassing the other colonists. Let's take the lift. Crazy cause, yeah. We're all about the crazy in the Roman Republic. That's going to be our new national motto, actually. We're the crazies. And this is why Datan put me in charge of the starship and not, you know, in charge of diplomacy.
You're going down to the administration level, right? I think my brother's being held down there. His name is Hiven.
Hiven?
He wasn't doing anything wrong.
Well, haven't I seen that name
before? He talked back to one of the new guards yesterday, then he was thrown in the prison. You have to help him, please.
So, it appears that my next hire is going to come from prison.
His brother was making insane accusations and causing trouble. He kept saying that one of the guards was with the Tal Shiar. That guard's entire family was killed by the Tal Shiar. He didn't appreciate it, and a fight broke out. Both the guard and this man's brother are in the brig. If you'd like, you can visit them after you're done talking to the commander.
Works for me. Hey, we'll take troublemakers. He wants to fight Tal Shiar? We can accommodate him.
The commander's office is just ahead.
Not coming to... Oh, there he is. He is coming. For a minute there, I thought he was just going to blow us off and stay behind. And there is the commander. Oh, look at all that Rhineland regalia. Probably left over from the last administration.
Welcome. It's good to meet you.
You know,
I've heard so much about Datan's fleet and their fight against the Tal Shiar. I know you're here to offer us a chance to help, but perhaps there's a counter-offer you'd be willing to hear.
You know, with a voice like that, this cannot lead to anything good. Doesn't he just sound like a stereotypical evil guy? Oh!
So good to see you again.
Akib, how's the eye?
It's time for us to talk.
I think you got a little something in your eye there. Okay.
Surprised? You've been one step ahead of the Tal Shiar, but now your time has run out. Gasco Station belongs to us. Soon the Helix will be ours as well. Your little rebellion is coming to an end. I hope you enjoyed your tour of the station. You and your friends are going to be here for a very long time.
You know, I think some Bactine will help you with that eyeball. Just saying.
Don't resist. Make this easier on all of us. You and your crew will spend some time in our brig. But if you do as you're told, you could be released. Maybe even work with the Tal Shiar. There's no reason for there to be any more violence today. The Tal Shiar just want to help us.
Yeah, tell Tavir on that.
If you choose to defy us, I will be forced to order my men to fire.
Gee, should I do the compassionate thing and give him a chance to join me? Or should I just kick his butt? Violence is always the answer. And Toval, you are going to be the first one I go after.
We should free any prisoners, and then get out of here.
Oh, shut up, Adar. That was kind of unkind, yeah, but you know, no one said I had to be lawful good. Okay, prison. Let's knock on the door. Hi, prison guards. Oh yeah, that's a good way to get me to cooperate. Tan's dogs. Yeah, that's gonna make me real inclined to help. Force fields.
Warning. Intruders present in Gasco Station. All personnel, please seek shelter.
I do believe that we've caused a bit of a ruckus. Wasn't there supposed to be a prison guard somewhere here too?
You're with Datan's group. I heard about you. My name is Heaven. I'm the only one left who will stand up for what's right. And look where it got me. The Tal Shiar took over the station a few days ago. I think it was right after you guys helped those people in the old Suliban Helix. A few of us resisted and got thrown in prison. I'm the only one left alive. You have to get me and my brother out of here.
Well, let's get him beamed out.
We've got a problem. Someone in the station activated a magnetic shield. It's blocking all of our attempts to use the ship's transporters. We had civilians who were trying to get to the ship, but now they're stuck too. We
How
need
do you
to get
know
to the
this?
transporter room, shut down the shield, and save any civilians that need our help.
I guess he's talking to the ship behind my back.
If we want some more firepower, we can grab some equipment the Tal Shiar were using.
Ah! Kits. Very good. One of the key things about each character profession is the ability to use kits. And they give you expanded ability to do stuff. Usually you get a frame too, but I guess I haven't gotten that lucky yet. And looks like that my kit module is basically a chronoton mine barrier. Basically, I set a bunch of mines in front of me and hope someone gets close to me and blows up. That's the short version. They're best used, of course, in situations where I don't have to worry about, being rushed immediately. Ah, good example here. Let's see, let's give myself the extra 5 seconds to get ready to lay the mines down. While I am at the door. And let's see if I can't encourage some of them to come after me. Way to ruin my strategy, guys. And of course, we heaven and no. Awfully hard to demonstrate the use of chronoton mines when my crew is screwing me over. That said, I could always, take more direct control of them and tell them to stay put. But I like a little bit of uh-oh.
Brother! I won't let them get away with this!
Good, good. Let your anger flow through you. I cannot do a good Palpatine voice. Disintegration. That's always convenient. Especially if you're on the wrong end of it. That's what exploit weapons will do for you, If you manage to hit them while they're exposed, they tend to disintegrate. Well, presuming that you do enough damage to, take them out. It's not a hard and fast rule. Okay, I'd rather not. Okay, why don't we go to this side here? Oh, this room doesn't have a side. But we have more targets. Oops, don't want to be in grenade blast radius there. Oh, almost didn't see. Resource item for harvesting right in the back there. Why don't I take advantage of that? Looks like uranium ore. That will be useful. Are there any more on this level? One more. If I'm lucky, I'll bump into it. Okay, it'll be near the starting area. Hello, Centurion. Goodbye, Centurion. getting plenty of drops, but I'm pretty sure they're mostly consumables. Now, if I were to up the difficulty of these missions, in theory, I would get more and better drops. Like, you know, more green quality stuff, perhaps. Chances of blue quality, that sort of thing. That said, I am not at all confident in my ability to handle higher difficulty rate. Ooh, look outside. We'll do that in a minute, a little more thoroughly, since, you know, I still have a little problem with people shooting at me.
We're gonna blow that thing apart, right?
Well, we've done it before. It's not completely outside of the realm of possibility. Let's see, am I carrying any extra new weapons? No, but I have armor there. So let's see, who could use a new suit of armor? Shayla, congratulations. By virtue of being the one person who doesn't have any armor, you get the armor. We'll also distribute some of the foodstuffs. Maybe I'll catch one of them crunching things again. I might have to make a clip out of that one from the Twitch stuff, just to commemorate that, because that was just hilarious. Okay, let's see if I can bait a few people into the Ow. Okay, anyone, help me up. You know, I realize that all my crew are busy and all, but would it be too much to hope for to have one of them come over and, you know, revive me? Tove and Kev, about freaking time. Shayla's down. When you know I just gave her armor and what happens?
That was for my brother.
Phaser shield. Handy. If only, you know, I had people shooting phasers at me. Okay. Time for the ship to get these people out of here. Ship is ready. Alright, everybody, get on board.
We need to get everyone back to the ship. There are enemy vessels inbound, and the ship is trapped in a tractor beam. Rescuing these colonists won't mean a thing if our ship is blown to pieces.
That is true. Being blown to pieces is generally considered an impediment to any positive movement.
So you've escaped. How interesting. You really do intend to take this as far as you can, don't you? No matter. You cannot run from the rest of the Tal Shiar forces in the Gasco system. My only regret is that I won't be there to deal with you myself.
I can't run? Are you kidding?
May be tougher than I thought with that tractor.
First I blow a tractor. Then I cloak. Please, guys, I'm a Romulan. Of course I'm going to be able to get away if I want to. But what I really want to do is get some payback. So we're going to close in. Nice and close. Within 5 kilometers or so. And then we're going to give them the plasma hello. What do you think, Hibbin? Think we're beating them up badly enough now? Wonder no more, Hiven. Of course, we're probably going to change his name like I changed everybody else's, but hey, for now, his name's Hiven. Pair of light warbirds. Basically the same thing on the line. So this ought to have a predictable ending. Cotton the explosion. You know, explosions for warp cores or singularity cores used to be a lot scarier. Battleship. That usually means...
Titan's rebellion is doomed.
Yep, that's what I thought. Riddick's battle cruiser.
Win?
Well, maybe. Put it this way, Hiven, you better hope we win, because otherwise you are in for a very, very bad time. As another famous Romulan once said, "Fire everything!" Of course, that's in a different timeline. Let's make use of No and do some hull healing. Hazard emitters have a wonderful effect on recuperating hull. Well, let's probably stay on this side of the guy as much as I can. Hammer the weak shields. Now, these Romulan battlecruisers are only being light now. When you start getting to higher levels against these things, they tend to fire off like triple plasma torpedoes.
Process. If I see that Hakeev again, I'll make sure he loses more than an eye.
I like where he's coming from.
I can't thank you enough for the help back there. I don't have much left now that Leios is gone. I'm good with a weapon, and I know my way around the ship. I'd be honored to stay aboard and help you fight the Tal Shiar.
I am right there with you. So, we get a bunch of refugees, we stick to Hakeev once again, we blow up a number of Tal Shiar. I'd say it's been a pretty good day.
We had to expect this eventually. The Tal Shiar are actively moving to stop us from gaining more followers, and even Hakeev is involved. The bad news is that we lost Gasco Station. The good news is that the Tal Shiar is taking our movement seriously. That means we're gaining momentum. I'm going to talk to Titan. I think it's time to take real steps toward freedom.
On that note,
Congratulations, Lieutenant.
so let's pick up our new member. We will rename him, preferably with a name that doesn't suck. That won't work. Barsil it is. And let's change his uniform a little bit. Honestly, I kind of hate to, because I like that particular look on the big collar there and all. But I do insist on some, for lack of a better phrase, uniformity. Still, I can still give him the collar though. And we're going to change up the head a bit. Unfortunately, They used to have a bunch of faces on the left side you can choose from. They got rid of that, it seems. I don't know why. So we will just randomize the head. There we go. That's a distinctive look. And there we have it. My starting bridge crew. Let's see. Inventory stuff. That's my journal. I get a skill point to play with. I can either increase my hull capacity, I could increase my shield healing, I can increase weapons, I can increase my hull restore. I'm going to go for capacity here. For myself, the shields are nothing great. Just about anybody will be improved by these shields here, so I'm going to give Tobin, against my better judgment, the new shields. And we'll give actually, we'll give Parcel the new shield, because he doesn't have any armor, so we might as well at least give him something that'll help his survivability just a little bit. Might as well discard that. I'm not going to get any energy credits for recycling it. Got lots of possible stuff for the ship here. Unfortunately, the engineering alloy is useless to me, but not the deflector array, which I will use. The singularity core, of course. I have a new console here, but it's another engineering one. It's a plus to weapons, which is nice, but I think I want the protection more than the weapons power. But I'm gonna hold on to you a little bit, just a bit for now, because I can see the possibilities. Oh, right. Parcel, you get a better gun too. Oh, right. More batteries. I may end up in a ship that uses more. Finally, we have this training manual. What this means is I can go to one of my people, specifically the tactical guy, and I could, if I chose to, have him learn that skill. So I could swap out his high-yield torpedoes for fire at will. However, I like the high-yield torpedoes. He doesn't need fire at will yet, and we're just going to leave that alone. I may, after all, get another tactical officer who can do the job. And now, the search
Thanks
for
to
new
additional
Romulus.
information from the colonists from Gasco and Helix, we've managed to identify several possible systems that could have planets for our colonization efforts. We'll need you to scan these systems, see if there is a suitable planet, and then explore said planet to confirm your findings. You're looking for what will be the future homeworld for the Romulans. We've also been told by Federation and Klingon officials that talks of an alliance could begin if we identify a suitable planet to colonize. Datan and I will be speaking with those officials while you're exploring. This could be the next big step in our fight for independence.
Okay, well, let's take a look at the rewards, shall we? Experience and expertise as always. A new personal shield, which is going to be a useful thing to have. A tactical console. Something that gives beam weapon damage bonuses. That's a plus. Dilithium ore. And a choice of plasma weapons. Both are decent possibilities.
Greetings. I have new orders.
No, you don't. You just gave me orders. So let's start searching planets. Starting with the Galorndon system? Galorndon core? I feel like I need a pronunciation guide. is, of course, a fair distance away. So much for hoping that the new Singularity Core would help my speed. We are cruising along at warp 5.56. Big improvement. Clearly, if I want to be moving at a decent speed, I need to start seriously thinking about trading up my ships. Luckily, level 10 is not far away. And that level 10 is going to mean something. Alright, 6 light years out. Will this system be the new home of the Romulan Republic? Oh, that was a dramatic exit for a starship. Oh, and there's the planet. Let's give it a scan.
Initiating scan. Now. Preliminary reports are turning up negative, Captain. We could perform a more in-depth scan, but that could take nearly a week. Launching a satellite would allow us to monitor the area and move forward. Your orders?
Okay, well, let's launch the satellite. There's no point in sticking around here for a week. Let's go to Gamma Eridan. Angle myself properly. Perhaps this will give us the planet we need. And meanwhile, the hamsters in the warp core are just Singularity Core. So I guess actually the hamsters are being sucked into the Singularity instead. Well, that's a hazard of non-traditional propulsion. Closing. Alright. 6 light years out. Oh, and I'm just right past the planet. Let's give it a scan.
We can't get a clear reading from the planet that Tamer specified. Our best option will be to drop out of warp and investigate the area. Are you ready?
Sure, let's take a look.
Nausicaan ships, dead ahead. They were jamming our sensors. That's why we couldn't get a clear reading on this area. It's an ambush. They're hailing us. Probably to gloat. Pirates like these only care about scrapping the ship for parts and selling any survivors to the Orions. Should I open the channel?
You know what? Yeah, I want to ask if they've seen Rinakev.
Romulans! Wonderful! It's been so long since I've had a chance to kill some of you green-blooded snakes. Now show some karama and fight like you mean it! You'll still die, but my crew could use the sport.
I'm hurt. Really. I'm just devastated from the heart of my bottom. Red alert! Let's give him something to think about. Yeah, well, your ship's a mess, and you barely dented my shields, so if I were you, I would consider a new line of work. I recommend bartending.
Heads up, more Nausicans on the way.
Bring him on. And while we're waiting, I'll see if I can get a hold of that gap. Oh, it's like they're all here. Okay, those siphon drones are always annoying. One of the things that the Nautians like to kick out on a regular basis are these little drone things. That'll do a number on your power and like. In fact, I'm a little surprised I haven't seen any yet. And one more to go. I'm going to scan that gas now. Which, of course, I managed to get too far away to scan.
If it's not Tal Shiar, it's the Nausicaans. What's next? Iconians? We were able to get a few scans of the planet during combat.
Foreshadowing.
It's no good. The wildlife is too hostile and the natural resources too few. That leaves us with one last system, the Dewa system. Dewa 3 shows some promise. We can leave orbit whenever you're ready.
Not yet. I really want to get that gas. Harvesting resources. Any others in the area? There is! And it's more hydrazine gas. So let's not pass up the opportunity. We might actually be able to use it someday. Alright.
It's not Tal Shiar.
We don't need the dialogue again, so let's head on out of the planet and go to the Dewa system. Maybe we will have better luck here. Iconians. Boy, aren't they leaning kind of hard on the foreshadowing there. Might as well say that they're refugees from the Tucan Empire instead. How's that for a deep dive? Look it up on Memory Alpha's wiki somewhere along the line. New respawn point? In sector space? Seriously? What I want to know is, if the Dewa system is a possibility, and the flotilla is right there, why did it take them all the way to now to decide to do a survey? I'm just saying. You know, I just gotta love some of the originality in some of these warships here. The USS Battlestar with Captain T'Challa. I mean, there's hitting the random button, and then there's just that. Okay, I shouldn't do that. I should be a little compassionate there. I mean, it could be the favorite TV shows and their favorite characters. I don't want to step on things like that. But I'd never do that.
We have confirmation of a suitable planet. I'm patching us through to Tamer now. He'll want an update on the situation. I'll connect you as soon as you're ready.
Wait. How suitable is this planet?
Excellent work. You should head to Dewa 3 and set up some orbital probes, and then beam down and investigate the surface. I'll set a course to the Dewa system and keep an eye out for any more Nausicaans. Dewa 3 is one of our last chances to find a habitable planet in this region. Good luck.
Hooray, I get to be the one to beam down and find out if there's got a toxic gas atmosphere.
Dewa 3. This could be the new Romulan homeworld. The radiation levels of this planet made it uninhabitable, but long-range surveys have detected drops in the toxicity over the past few years. Our orders are to deploy sensory probes to scan the planet, and, if they return positive, beam down for a closer look.
Radiation. Awesome. Alright, let's go to Target Alpha Probe. Okay, let's do that without the dyslexia here. Probe Alpha target location. And, ooh, more gas. we'll get the probe deployed first. Oh, there it is. Now let's go and get the shined gassy stuff over here. And I see there's another one right over there. And it's the last one. Of course, that scan pointed me to the probe target. Okay, I'm about equidistant between the two of them, so let's get the gas first. Or, to put it in a more humor spin, let's hit the gas. Alright, now that I've gotten all the harvestable stuff, I turn to the less exciting moments of throwing out probes. It's a boring job, but somebody's got to do it. Besides, you never know when more Noskins could show up. Pretty. Oh, and there we are. Allow me to give you my get out mat. Gotta admit, that's motivation. Oh, okay, I got one of these siphon things being annoying. Luckily, they have the consistency of tissue. You tell him, Tobin. In fact, let me give another gift. That looked like it hurt. Pretty explosions.
I hope that's the last we've seen of them. The reports from the probes confirm that radiation levels have lowered on the planet. An away team without protective gear should be safe. There don't seem to be any civilizations down there either, but we'll have to beam down to explore the area further. Are you ready to transport? There are several teams that will beam down to other parts of the planet while we explore.
Thank heavens, because, you know, surveying an entire planet with just 5 people seems silly. Alright, let's beam it down.
Wow. Look at this place. It's beautiful. Our orders from Tamar are to analyze the local wildlife, flora, and minerals, as well as any bit of radiation.
Alright. Let's take a moment to really appreciate the surroundings here. Okay, so it's mostly rocks and big trees here, but still, it's certainly one of the nicest places we've been. 4 anomalies. I wonder if it's counting any of the radiation factors they're talking about. We'll find out. But really, there's so much scannable stuff here that hitting all the harvestables seems to be a lost cause. Still, you never know. Ooh, and we have rocks. Clearly, we're looking at glamorous duty. Oh, 4-legged critters. Radiation. Let's do another scan. Okay, so it's counting the radiation stuff, so there's only one harvestable here, thanks to my skill at simple mathematics. The odds of me finding it are pretty dismal. Oh, okay. You're not a friendly critter. You're a nasty critter. Go away. Apparently I don't get to vaporize these things. Yeah, uninhabited except by, you know, four-legged nasty critters. Hey, is that another? Oh. Now here we have a friendly little critter. At least it didn't try to gnaw my foot off or something like that, so I'm going to count that as a win. Making use of the tricorder scans here is very helpful in finding, well, stuff I need to interact with. You will probably end up doing this an awful lot when you play the game. Okay, that takes care of the water supply. Something up, literally. Let's try to get off the beaten path here. Climb, climb! I just can't quite get high enough, can I? At least that's a natural way of, you know, putting barriers between you and, well, everything else. Because I loathe invisible walls. I loathe them with a passion that defies language. Gather some algae.
This plant displays remarkable similarity to the plants once found on Romulus.
Well, that's nice. That means we haven't got a complete extinction event there. I'm feeling that this is not turning out the way I wanted to. Oh, look, more critters. And from the looks of it, they're nasty gram critters. Still, it feels rude to fry them without, you know, giving them the opportunity to leave us alone.
Fascinating. The water is barely tainted by the planet's radiation.
That is fascinating. Not so fascinating that I'm interested in, you know, drinking it, but fascinating nonetheless. Oops, I missed a plant. Let's not do that. Gee, what else did I miss? Keep getting these scans to tell me go backwards. More rocks. Harvest first, then scan. And even more further back. Of course, that's getting me close to the potentially vicious critters. Okay, we tried. Go away. Okay, that's certainly time to upgrade. Oh sure, now they run away after I threw the mines down. One day, my mines will get somebody. It may not happen anytime soon. Oh boy, for a minute there I thought I got myself permanently stuck somewhere. Alright, so let's go down the river. Not a whole lot in the way of swimming animations. Oh, there's another of the critters. That's some different critters. The well, maybe not an octo. I didn't really get a good count of the limbs. These things happen. More rocks.
The high amount of lead in these rocks could be the reason for the lowered radiation levels.
I don't know. I didn't think lead absorbed radiation.
This is Tamer. I've arrived at the outer rim of the planet. I'll be keeping a watch on any Tal Shiar or Nausicaan signals. How is the initial search going down there?
Fairly wild, but might be habitable.
Yes, it would be best to reserve judgments until we have a full picture of the planet. Take your time down there and make sure nothing is overlooked. We can't have any doubt in declaring this our new homeworld.
As long as we have decent control over the wildlife that, don't try to chew off our legs and arms. Alright, more this way. And, another one of those nasty cats. We know those guys are hostile. Still, in the interest of, learning to live with our new environment, theoretically speaking, I will resist the urge to fry them immediately. Oh, is that a harvestable? It's a harvestable.
I'm detecting ancient and dilapidated structures nearby.
Yes. But what about the stuff here? We can use this. Uranium ore. We can use it for, building spaceships and stuff. Alright, at this point I should only be scanning radiation signatures and other interactables. There shouldn't be any more harvestable stuff here. Is there another planet here? Looks like it's a little over the ridge there, and I don't necessarily think I'm going to be able to take the short way around that, so we'll have to go around. Oh, and more of the evil cats, and unfortunately, they are in our way. So, let's get started, shall we? I want to discourage them from trying to do any east. So there we go. Hit them. Here's one of them. Hit with the mine. And there we go. The path is clear. Oh, more wildlife. Hi, critter. Hi, critter. I guess I don't scan those critters. Eppo. Hello, Eppo. These must be little Eppos. I sure hope nobody tries to gather you up for Christmas or anything like that. Long story short, Eppo hunting is a big deal. Oh, what's that? Is that another critter? Oh, it's another critter, alright, but it is a nasty critter. Still, as always, I will give you a chance to not attack me.
This fern seems to be resistant to the ambient radiation on this planet. It could be useful in treating radiation sickness.
Alright, well, we have to get past you, and I don't think we're going to be polite about it, so... Gaseous Garroter. Oh, there's a entertaining accolade. Something from the other side of the bushes that we missed. And there's another rock. Still, I think this will be all we need to survey. Yep, so the only thing left that we need to survey, and I'm guessing is that's a circle on the mini-map there. The last thing we need to survey is radiation. And I think I have definitely taken the wrong way. Okay, time to loop back around. Bloody fauna. Bloody flora. They make life so difficult sometimes. But there's more. There's cats, but fortunately, we are not heading in that direction.
We should investigate that old bridge nearby when we're done with our scans.
That is kind of interesting because there is no way that happened naturally. We have definitely found signs of former life here. At least former life. For all I know, it may be current life. Okay, let's observe the ancient bridge.
What's that?
Looks like a bridge. Oh wait.
Tholians. What are they doing here?
Okay, this could be a problem.
Tholians. Just what we needed. Tholians are known for not caring very much about us humanoids. I don't think they even know the difference between a Romulan and a Reman. The ship isn't detecting any more Tholian ships in orbit, but with our luck, that'll change. We should see what those Tholians are after. If this is going to be our planet, they can't take it from us.
Aren't we getting a little bit ahead of ourselves here? I mean, technically we just started surveying the place. The Tholians may have something to say about it. On the other hand, seeing a bunch of wildlife suddenly running in the other direction is not a sight that inspires vast amounts of confidence. I see a couple of Mantu. Oh, they must have gotten stuck on the geometry. I know how that feels. Still, perhaps we can reason together. If we can talk with the Tholians and perhaps work out a planetary sharing plan, I see no reason why we can't get along. Okay, so much for reason. Can't say we didn't try. Alright, Tholians. You wanna play rough? Let's play rough. Bang. That takes care of their commander, and that takes care of their backup.
Seemed interested in those rocks back there. Should we check it out?
Why not? Some metal they could found entertaining? I can't imagine.
Watch out! More Tholians inbound.
And one of them, man, if his mind got left behind. He got taken out by my mines.
More on the way, sir. Why are they so interested in this site?
I don't know, but I want
idea.
the
We'll find out once we have a second.
Let us take the high ground. Oh, my shield kill only affects me, not anybody else. Oh well, sorry Shayla.
One more group inbound, and it looks like they're sending one of their commanders.
Well, that doesn't sound ominous at all. Oh, commander's not so tough. We can take him. Well, let's get rid of the annoying instant too. There we go. Now let's get back to commander. Oh, come on. Take a few more steps and set off a mine.
The Tholians wanted whatever is buried in those rocks. Let's see what's beneath them.
Yeah, I was trying to scan them earlier, but you know, there was someone screaming about more Tholians coming in at the time. No pressure, people. Destroy the rocks. Bam! And we see more rocks. No, wait, there's something here. Odd geode.
There appears to be a sword fossilized in this accretion layer. Trying to scan it now. Wait, this is incredible. There's definitely a blade here, and its composition and size match those of Vulcan blades from about 1900 years ago. There are only a few examples of those weapons left. Most of them were destroyed during the time of Awakening.
Well, that's fascinating. Of course, being an alien, it doesn't quite mean the same to me as it just you, but...
Greetings. What have you found?
Found a sword.
Interesting.
Thing.
The sword could prove to be something unbelievable. Maybe even something made by Saharian. I'm concerned about the Tholians, and I'm beginning a full scan for any of their ships in orbit.
Yeah. Just for the slow people in the class, who's Saharian?
Saharian was the greatest Vulcan weaponsmith who ever lived. He loved war, and created marvelous swords for the greatest warriors. After talking to Surak, however, he renounced all violence and never made another blade. 3 of his swords were taken by our people when they left Vulcan. 2 were lost during the journey, and the 3rd, as far as we know, it was lost with the homeworld. But if there's a sword from Saharian's era here, and other signs of habitation, this could be the Sword of the Raptor Star, one of the missing swords. There was an expedition out in this region looking for it a few decades ago, but as far as I know, they never found anything. Maybe we've succeeded where they failed. Anything is possible, but it will take a very long time to confirm if this is true or not. This could simply just be an old sword from a past civilization that lived here and nothing more. Regardless, I would prefer to hold out hope that this is somehow tied to us. Perhaps it is my pride simply getting in the way.
Well,
yes,
let's talk
we
to the
should.
boss.
Hold on. We're under attack. It's the Tholians. Go to red alert. All hands prepare for battle.
I think we're about to get more
Tamer
company.
has closed the channel, sir. I'll have the geode and blade transported to the science lab on board the ship. We should return as soon as possible. Tamer will need our help.
That he will. Don't leave the geode behind.
We managed to take out a few Tholian ships, but now we're trapped within one of their webs. There are more Tholians on the way. You've got to take out the nearby Tholians to get us out of here.
Okay, okay. We can do this. We can do this. And there's the famous Tholian web. Fans of the classic series will certainly appreciate that. Ah, nuts. Plasma white. Oops. Okay, I can't hit him, but I can hit this guy. I feel no need to attack the Tholian web. I could, cloak, but why? This guy's practically done for. The Tesseract. Oh, let's do a little rescue, shall we?
Thank you. We don't have time to relax, however. I'm picking up a large Tholian ship leaving warp. Get ready. The Tholians have some of the most advanced technology in the quadrant, and they never back down. We'll need to work together to survive.
We can take them. Now let me go into cloak.
Ship is under attack.
Let's see. Who do we pick on first? Or Weaver first. That could be me, why don't you? Oh, I think you'll be defeated alright, guys. Don't have no fear of that. Okay, we got the little guy out of the way. Now we can start working on Big Brother. Let's warm up the heavy plasma. Yeah, I think that left a mark. And you are out of here.
Excellent work. Hopefully the Tholians will stay away. What did you find?
Now,
Is it possible for us to colonize the planet?
If they were nice and polite, we could have shared things, we could have cooperated, we could have talked about this whole thing, but no, they had to have attitude.
By the elements, a habitable planet and one of Saharian's lost blades? That could only mean that this planet must be one of the worlds our ancestors visited after the Sundering.
Tamara,
I knew
we
that
told
their
you
path
this.
could have taken them in this area, but I never... I'll have to speak to Mimic. She's always had an interest in our history. You should get to the flotilla and speak to Datan. He'll want to know everything you've found.
He must not have had a recorder on when we were talking about this earlier. Still, hey, the possibility that this could be the new Romulan homeworld, I can get behind that. They should name it Talel. After, of course, the person who found it. Or, not technically, I guess there was a survey fleet that found it. You know what? Never mind. Some battles are not meant to be fought. Let's head to the flotilla. And hope that I'm aligned. Here we go. Wasn't sure if I was aligned quite properly to intercept them. Ordinarily I would have clicked on the map and autopiloted here, but it was so close, I figured who cares? And we'll enter the flotilla. And here we are again, where it all began. Well, technically it all began on Viranat, but too many bad memories there. Don't mind me, just passing through. Just going to see the leader of our government. Of course, I took the wrong door, so I ended up taking the really long way around. This is why I shouldn't be on board these. Who's this guy over here? Sub-Commander Kale, Temporal Defense. Let's talk to this guy.
Is there something Romulan Temporal Defense can help you with today?
Oh, I guess this is where I go to get rewards for Romulans for previous activities I've done. And I'll go more into that if I can remember that later on. What is the Romulan Temporal Defense?
I am Sub-Commander Kale of the Romulan Temporal Defense Department. We've established this department in order to preserve the events that formed the Romulan Republic. There are many points in the past that some Romulans want to change. The destruction of Romulus and Remus being just one of them. Of course, changing these events could erase everything we have earned. We would be reduced to being ruthless spies, still ruled by the Tal Shiar. We in Temporal Defense can advise you in any matter dealing with time travel.
Oh, I'm sure that'll never happen. Chortle.
Jolan True, you found something incredible. This will be the new home of the Romulan Republic. It will be Mol Rihan, New Romulus, and we will create a new way of life there. This is exactly what we needed to begin talks with the Klingons and the Federation at Khitomer. Unless you have any more questions, I would report to Tamer. I have many preparations to make. We will need allies to help with the colonization. It's likely that the Federation will be willing to help with this. We also cannot settle on New Romulus without the goodwill of the Klingons, given how close we are to their space. If they would be willing to lend us a small portion of their military might, we would be safer from the Tal Shiar. After that, if Empress Sela continues her attacks, she will be doing it against a new civilization, not a band of rebels. That will make all the difference.
You know anything about this really
We don't know
old
yet,
sword?
but we do know it is as old as the Sundering and uses materials like those of the Vulcan Swordmasters, so that narrows it down a bit. The Sundering tore our people apart, but it also unified the Romulans under a common cause: the preservation of our emotions and our freedom. If this is truly the sword of the Raptor Star, it could help to once again unify the Romulans under the cause of preserving the freedoms we hold dear.
Okay, that sounds good.
Good work. I knew you were the right person for this job. It will take us a long time to analyze the sword you found. We have to be very careful with something like this. But even the possibility of finding the sword of the Raptor Star has given everyone on the flotilla hope for the future. Your role isn't done yet, however. Datan and I both want you to be with us for our next task. Meeting with the Federation, Klingons, and Empress Sela on Kittimer to talk about peace and the colonization of New Romulus.
10 to 1 that this is the last time we'll ever hear about the Sword of the Raptor Star. Just a feeling. Alright, we get all these goodies and plasma weapons. Now let's take a quick peek at the ship I have. Even though, you know, I'm probably not going to be holding on to it. I think we will grab the dual cannons. We'll see about doing lots of painful damage. Emil Kararek. Not Tamer? Come now, guys. What's your chain of command?
Congratulations. You've proven yourself to be invaluable to the Republic Navy and earned the respect of your fellow officers. Return to New Romulus. I would like to formally recognize your contributions to the Republic.
Okay, let's go to New Romulus. Wow, it's pretty fast how quickly they put this up. I really think they should have done this promotion thing.
We've made a breakthrough. We can't greetings. I have new...
You're talking about laying claim to something that I'm already at. It's too late. We've already done the duty. Still, here we are. And I'm trying to figure out... Okay, that was weird. Subtle way. And ship requisitions. Wow, they built all this in the time between the last mission and now. I know. I'm convincing here. I don't care. And I get a new ship. Now, thanks to free giveaways, I have the choices between the Dellen and the Dale Warbirds. Oh, I'm obviously going to go to the one that gives me lots more bridge officer stations. I will open up the pack. Yeah, I'm happy with that name. We'll keep it. I'm not quite ready to, quote-unquote, ready the starship yet, however, because I would like to yank out all the tech on here that is at least green quality Tech 2s. And that is pretty much most of the stuff on my current ship. Except for that back turret. The back turret, I'm simply going to replace with my other turret that I've been holding on to. Okay. First, we'll replace the dual beams with my recently acquired cannons. Feed that to the replicator, but I don't get anything out of it, so. Replace. 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 Plasma torpedo in the back. Or turret in the back. Alrighty. And that I can. Ooh, we're not going to throw that in there because I can use the. I can sell it for more than I would get feeding it the replicator. Engineering console is tied up with the singularity inverter, which will do something. Absorb energy damage, shield resistance. However, I'm going to move it to my tactical console slot so I can put in the engineering slot my damage resistance console. I recently acquired a dampeners. I don't think I have any other sciences. Starship grain expertise. That's engineering, and I'm not going to do much of that. The beam weapon damage I'm going to take. Just for giggles, I'm going to throw all this old equipment that I can't actually recycle. Okay, I guess I actually... Well, no, I can't, because I took these from the new ship. There we go. Ready that ship. Since I can either go with drain or with control. I need a second opinion here. What's my science officer? Tractor beams, and that'll be drain. That's a toughie. Oop. And apparently opening that up closed this up. Okay, we're going to go with the drain expertise. Expecting that someday I'm going to likely be using that tachyon beam. And that's sellable. I will take a moment to check equipment. I have a phaser assault minigun. So I'm going to take that weapon for myself. Everyone else has at least Mark 1 weapons, so I will probably want to sell that. Mark 2 shields. I got 2 people who have nothing. You have the better armor, so you get the better shield. I'm quite egalitarian that way. Alright. Alright. Let's hop over to the other side here and have a chat with... Well, we don't have a chat with you. You're acquired. Ah, here we go. Chat with this individual here who will allow me to customize the appearance of my new starship. Apparently there is a Hathos, which is a different ship. And I don't actually have it, so that's kind of silly to use. Okay, well, you know what? We're going to, instead of go with a default, we're going to mix and match and we'll go with whatever looks neat. Dale for the wing. Dale for the hull, sorry. For the wings, I like the Type 2 wings, actually. We'll go with that. And the nacelles. I like the Dalen nacelles for this a little bit better. Gives it a little more sleek look. We will use the, picking at random here, the Columba pattern. And And as I did before, we are going to try to go with the red look. Material, interestingly enough, it's giving me the options to work with, it's giving me the options to use other things, but, and why do I still have 3,000 being applied for a cost for this thing? Everything I've got here is, okay, we're going to undo everything, go from scratch, and go from there. We went with the Dale. We went with the Type 2 Dale. Why am I getting the 3,000 there? Undo, undo, undo. Dale Type 1. Something is very wrong here. I should not be getting charges for something that I apparently already have, and even has it here. If I went here, I'd be 3,000 or something. Here is for Dale Warbird. I should not be seeing this. Hathos Warbird. I don't have the Hathos Warbird stuff on here. I am not happy. Not one bit. Fine. And it's happening no matter what one I choose. Well, boys and girls and children of all ages, I think we have determined that we have a bug in the program. Because it's trying to stick me with stuff I don't want. Okay, hold on. Now we might be getting closer to what I want again. Dale. Dylan. Dylan. Okay, okay. Getting closer to being what I want again. Columba. I was going with Columba. And we're going with the red. Rocking the red. Now materials. Not doing the Riemann. Ooh, that Romulan Type 1 might be workable. Type 2 looks good. Romulan Veteran. Okay, this one certainly is a potential winner here. Why does it want to do? It's doing that from just whatever the Hathos one is. Hathos. Apparently, it has a lot of things associated with it that I wouldn't have suspected would. We'll go with the Romulan Veteran one because I kind of like the look. Windows. Like that look. And the interior is Romulan. Layout is Romulan. And you know what? I think we might actually do a little tour of the interior of the ship here at some point here. In fact, we may even do that shortly. In the meantime, let us save the changes to that ship. I am happy with that ship. It is all good. Chief engineer for... Oh, I guess I should explain the reason why we have here. Repair ships is not an issue at the lowest level of difficulty, which is what we're using here. If I were to upgrade to advanced or elite, then I would have a chance of having my ship damaged every time it blew up. And it would be repaired either by consumables, or it would be repaired by going to the fellow over there. I can get ship equipment here. I can also requisition a small ship, I think, here. Oh, I gotta do that over here. Okay, well, let's take care of that too, since I'm in the area. We're going to acquire ships. Starship. Small craft. Really? Really? There we go. There's a small craft. Oh, okay. I guess it was because of the Lieutenant Commander part. I could get the Kessel Runabout, but I don't have the energy credits for it by any stretch of the imagination. I could get the Scorpion Fighter, but that would require me to pay Zen. Or I can get the Commander's Gig, which comes along because of the fact that I have been playing this game forever, and therefore I have all the veteran rewards. We'll go with the Jarog version. The Jarog version is a little cooler. So we'll buy that. Then we're going to go right back here and customize that appearance. We'll go with Corvus again because it worked out so well, and we'll keep the blood red color scheme because we're bad. Well, that's interesting. I could do weird things with those windows, but we'll go with the Jarok. And apply those changes. Okay, now my starships are all customized properly. Let's take a quick tour of the command center here. It could come in handy later. Over here we have a bank. I can either access the account bank, which has a bunch of stuff I've collected over time. I have a duty officer pack here. One of these days I should have somebody open it. A bunch of Christmas and summer stuff. Infinity lock boxes in case I decide to lose my mind and buy keys. A bunch of these things, which are prize packs with Phoenix stuff. Let me take a look at what's in the uncommon stuff. It might be worth opening one or two just to get something out of here. These are the uncommons, so I can get a bunch of tribbles, blah, a hologram combat drone, tempting, air guitar remote. I gotta tell you, I'm almost tempted just because of the sheer humor value of some of this stuff. I'm bleh on the whole Starship emote things. Some of the Medal of Tanagra badge. I don't remember that one. I should have access to the Tembo one from something way back when. Gloves? Oh, for beatings. Awesome. Personal shield? I don't know if that levels up with me or not. There are some stuff that might actually be worth doing this somewhere online. For giggles, some of the rare stuff, we have a bunch of Admiralty cards, Gobala uniform, which I could have sworn unlocked by doing Gobala missions way down the line. An EMH officer, this would be kind of cool. Well, those are possibilities for the future, and I'm in no hurry. The main bank is, well, what you see is what you get. I'm going to put my, I'm not going to put shield in there because I think I have shields available in my ship. But I'm going to put the auxiliary and the engine battery here. Just in case I have a ship that can use more devices. I'm going to put the minor components which are involved in those ship repairs I mentioned earlier. I think everything else in here I'll just keep with me and sell. Let's just sort that. Now over here, we have the exchange, which is basically the standard auction house for the game. I'm not really going to be picking anything up. I just want to show it's here. Alright. Going on this side of the... Oh, we seem to have something else here, and I believe this is the mailbox. So that means over here should be something fairly important. This is where I can claim some of my vet reward related stuff. Fireworks for my ship, which I never use. More useful, however, will be the environmental suits, specific to the Romulan Republic. So I'm going to get 5 of them. So that when I have to do the EVA thing, all my crew will be dressed to match. So on this side of the facility, this is basically... Okay, we've got information about tech upgrades. We'll cover that somewhere along the line, but not today. Commodities. A new tailor. I don't believe I have access to anything new here, but let me do a quick check. I'm curious if I've got access to my... Well, see, now I've got faces. Of course I'm an alien, but you know. Yes, I've got access to the Republic dress uniform. But more importantly, to my mind, I've got access to the veteran outfits. Veteran, decorated, and gold. So we are going to change up the uniform to reflect my new status. Now, if I were the type, I would get these shoulder pads, which would denote my rank. I find that kind of humorous in a way. However, I don't need any shoulder pads to identify me. I'm just that good. Oh, I've got Romulan veteran badges here, as well as the future alliance badge. That will wait for another time. So I'm going to grab that veteran badge just because, hey, it's a little bit of accent. And the purchase is made. And now, character stands out much better. Well, maybe not much better. Much more would be a more accurate way to phrase that. So, that's this side of the complex. Going to the other side of the complex. Run fast as you can. We'll go to the far end first. This is the area that we'll be going to with an admiral there that we'll be speaking with in the future. Over here we have our chief medical officer, and just like your ship, if you're playing on advanced or if you're playing on the elite, if you die, you can come up with an injury, and you would be healed either by certain consumables or by talking to the chief medical officer. Incidentally, these people also exist on the interior of your ship. More on that shortly. However, before I forget, let's take care of my new skills. I am now a Centurion, which means I have a new set of items to make use of here. And I am going to go into Impulse Expertise to start with, because that'll help my speed and turn rate, and turn rate is king in this game sometimes, I swear. As for my ground skill, yes, I finally got another ground skill point. I can either go with start up a new one, or I can continue down the chain I'm on. We are going to go with armor. I get to choose here either willpower or device mastery. It's a 0.5% bonus to the effectiveness of my devices. Well, one says 50. Or I can go with willpower to help me against control effects like disable, stuns, and all that. We'll go with that. Given how rarely that I use the devices, I feel willpower is the way to go. Okay, this is the personnel section, where I could start a fleet if I had, a whole bunch of people here. Duty officer stuff, if, I had any duty officer related stuff. There's an officer vendor here, where I could pick up Romulan bridge officer candidates. If I wander over here, there's duty officer recruitment, which I don't think I can do yet because level counts. Someone who can recruit special duty officers, again, that's the duty officer system. Train new skills, so if I don't like the skills that my bridge officers have, I can get more there. We've got a security officer who basically involved with duty officer stuff again. And somewhere there should have been someone who sold special bridge officers, but I did not see that. It's possible that I'm only able to get them in a certain area that isn't here. Okay, well, it is what it is. There is absolutely no way we're going to be getting another mission down here today, so I think the next step before we call it for the evening is we are going to visit the bridge of my new starship. We haven't really looked at the bridge interiors, so let's take an opportunity here. This is the interior of the Romulan, well, pretty much all the Romulan ships except the really special ones that get their own, like scimitars. There's a duty officer terminal here. Again, since I don't have access to that system at this level, that's pretty much irrelevant. We've got the captain's chair. Really, it's gotta be the captain's chair. There's always a captain's chair. Now if we go over to the side here, yes, we have the captain's ready room. And here in the ready room we can access the account bank, just like I could at that terminal of the fleet there. Oh, interesting. All the displays come up as I get nearby. That's kind of neat too. Nice trophies. Plant life. Now, if this were a Starfleet or a Klingon ship, there would be a place to hang trophies, but I don't think there's anything like that for the Romulans. That's the Romulans for you, always being kicked down. Over here we have the turbo lift. This is where we can go to engineering or to the quote-unquote main level. Wasn't I just on the main level? Let's go to the main level. I guess that's their name for crew quarter stuff. And we certainly have a wide area here. This is big. So over in here we have what I will laughingly refer to as sick bay. That looks, I swear, it looks more like a torture or interrogation table. But I guess if this were a Tal Shiar ship, that's what it would be. Doctor's room. Somewhere I'd have sworn there would be a doctor who would be capable of healing your wounds, but perhaps I am mistaken. Or maybe the Romulan ships just don't get that kind of luck. Lots of plant life on this ship. Heading up this way, we have... well, we have a room. Oh, I bet this is the captain's quarters. Yeah, this is the captain's quarters. Not exactly what you would call elaborate. But then, we're people recovering from having our homeworld blown up. Well, the Romulans are. Again, I'm an alien. I don't have the same viewpoint. Let's hop down this way. Referring constantly to my map because I go into Romulan interiors so rarely. And we have the mess hall slash bar slash lounge. Real nice view out here. And that's pretty much all there is to this part of the starship. Now, some of these folks will actually be interactable as for duty officer stuff, but again, since that system isn't active, I can't show them. Now, here's where we have engineering. This is where it's a little more interesting. Our transporter room, but also over here is a ship selector, so if I wanted to swap to a small craft, I could do that from the interior. However, changes in the game over the years have made this poor guy pretty irrelevant, because now you can pretty much swap out while you're in space. So, sorry guy, this is probably the only time we're ever going to look at you. Pity the poor guy. He had one job and we took it away. Now here is the Singularity Core. This is engineering, and that little Singularity Core icon we used, that's this big thing here. If it were to break or fall apart, we'd all be sucked into the black hole that it would be creating. It would be a very small black hole and a very temporary black hole, but it would be a very destructive black hole for that short period of time. Now I see we have some doors over here. And this looks like it's just an engineering workshop kind of area. Well, maybe not engineering, maybe science. Those look more like molecules, although I suppose they could be, you know, metallurgical molecules. And that is that. That is all there is to the generic Romulan interior. Now, it's worth noting again that some of the more special ships out there get their own interiors. For example, the scimitars, they have a very different look. They don't quite have as much though. You don't have as much to explore in those because they never bothered giving you the interior. They gave you the bridge, but not the interior of the ship. And I thought that was silly. But I was not consulted. And I think that will do it for this evening. We're going to close it down slightly earlier than usual, but that makes up for a couple times that I've gone longer than usual. Next time, we will be taking a look at the interplay between the Romulans, the Klingons, the Federation, and the current Romulan Star Empire. As you might suspect, there will be sparks flying, and by the end of it, we will be aligned with either the Klingons or the Federation. The only question is, who will I serve with? Let me upgrade my rank here to Centurion now, since I can. And you know what? Just because I can, I'm going to use that expertise I've been accumulating. And I'm going to promote everybody except for Tobin, because I'm going to ditch him somewhere along the line. It's only a matter of time. I didn't pick up any cannons yet. Let's swap this guy out with Parcel so he's officially on the landing field. And I believe that at level 10, I should have access to a new set of traits. Okay, so we're going to actually kill the remaining time figuring out what traits to use. I like Kit Readiness because it reduces recharge time for kit abilities. Wouldn't you know it, I can't do that on the bridge of the ship. Alright, fine. We'll leave the interior. We'll end up on New Romulus Command. And do it here. I tell you, some interfaces are so picky. Kit Readiness. For our adventure here in space. Well, I just picked up a new cannon, so cannon training is attractive. Crit chance and crit severity are always a big plus, but that feels too obvious. I can go with Warp Theorist. Yeah, anything that helps me in sector space move a little faster, I gotta get behind. My next trait becomes available at level 20s. Starship traits aren't available till level 50s. Reputations, roughly the same kind of thing. And I have to get to tier 5 in those anyway. And that will be that. If I think of it, I might, while I'm offline, give the shoulder pad rank insignia to my bridge crew. But that is not an immediate priority. And that will do it. That will do it for this evening. For those of you watching, and who have decided to stick it out for the entire time, thank you for watching. This is Korath Landwalker, signing off.